We're gonna change this ignition lock cylinder. So let's begin by disassembling the steering column. Remove these two covers. There's 3 Phillips head screws at the bottom of this one. At this point, the negative battery terminal has been disconnected, and I've waited about 15 minutes for the SRS system to discharge. You might need to wait a little bit longer, but 15 minutes is good enough. So now let's get to it. You can remove this trim piece by removing a Phillips head screw right here in the corner, and then it just pops down. Then you separate these pieces. I'm gonna let it hang on the adjustment lever, and from the top, there's gonna be a little lever right here. White lever that you can press down. So you hold it and then you can shift out of park. So let's shift down to drive, and we can get this top piece off. You can thread off this knob at your shift lever. That way when you take the top half, it'll slide right off. This thing won't be in the way. Now we're gonna disconnect these 2 green connectors. There's a tab at the top that you squeeze down and then you pull. For the bottom one, there's a tab on the bottom that you squeeze up and then you pull. You might need a pick to get in here and press that tab, and then you can get these connectors out. On the left side, remove these 2 Phillips head screws. You're gonna use a small clearance ratchet to remove those 2 screws, and then you can remove that switch. The date on there, it says 3102. This is stock. Ain't nobody messed with this key yet. I'm gonna tuck it right there. Now we're coming to the most difficult and time-consuming part of the job. At the top of the steering column, you're gonna see these 2 headless bolts. When I mean headless, they're kind of like rivets, and you're gonna drill them out. I already drilled out the first one, had no issues fitting a drill in there, and now we're gonna get at that second one. The most effective way I found to remove these headless screws is to walk it off with a chisel and a hammer. Just walk it off, walk it off. See how it turns? Little bit at a time, so just walk it off. Once you free up this piece, you're gonna cut that zip tie to free up that green connector. And then you're able to get this out of the vehicle finally. Here we have our old ignition lock cylinder and the new part. Part number is right here. It says it's compatible with Honda Odyssey 01 and 02. So before you order any parts, make sure they're compatible with your vehicle model year. The part comes with 1 valet key and 2 master keys. We're gonna transfer over this transponder onto the new piece. It has a screw at the bottom right here and one on the side right here. Simply take those screws out and you're gonna transfer this onto here. Green connector, female connector goes on top of the black female connector. At this point, the ignition lock cylinder has been reconnected to the switch at the back of it, 2 screws. The connectors have been connected to the switch here and to the transponder, but the transponder is not connected to the assembly. We have one of the new keys with the ignition in the run position. And to program new keys, you're gonna need a original registered key. Otherwise, you can't do nothing. At least with this scan tool, which is the Autel MK808, we're basically gonna fool the system that this is turning the key. So with your scanner connected, ignition in the run position, and we also have a battery maintainer connected to the battery, we're gonna go to Immobile. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty good on the camera. I'm gonna go to special function, and we're gonna go to system check first. System check. Turn the ignition switch off, okay. Turn it back on. I'm following the commands on the scan tool. Turn the ignition switch on. The dash is lit up. Immobilizer system is normal, okay? That's because this key, I had it here on the immobilizer. So it thinks everything is good to go. So now we're gonna go to add and delete keys. Add multiple keys. Begin to add multiple keys. How many original keys? We have 1 original key. How many new keys? We're gonna put 2. We're not gonna include that valet key. So turn the ignition switch off. Remember, it thinks that the original key is in here. Turn the ignition switch on with an original key. So original key is in here on the transponder. And it says, please wait. Please wait. I should cut some of this out in the video for you guys. Make it a little quicker. Turn this ignition switch off. Okay. With the new key, now we switch to this one. Or we put one of the new keys here. And we switch ignition switch on. So now we have key number 1 over here. And key number 2 in the ignition cylinder. Turn the ignition switch off. Okay. With another new key. All right. So let's get this one off and put it over here and put this one over here. Switch them up. There goes my scanner. Turn the ignition switch off. Turn the switch on without changing the key. Okay. And that's both keys. A lot of switching. It might get confusing. Is the immobilizer indicator off? Yes, it is. In the dash, yes, it is. It is not. So we're going to put yes. Turn the ignition switch off. Turn the ignition switch on. And establishing vehicle communication has been complete. Turn the ignition switch off. Okay, now we verify that these keys can start the vehicle. Okay, now let's start the vehicle. There you go, you guys. So I just reviewed that camera footage of me programming the keys, and it is pretty rough. I'm sorry about that, you guys. There's also a lot of beeping noises from the vehicle when you remove the key. I'm sorry about that too. I tried to show this as clean as possible, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of it, right? Once you get your scanner hooked up there and you do it yourself, you just follow those commands on the scan tool. So once you're finished with that, we're gonna reconnect the transponder. Make sure to route this wire, the top wire, through the transponder right there. When you align this back to the steering column, this key goes under this hole right here. It basically wants to go on there by itself. See, like right there, we're back. We're gonna lightly put those 2 headless screws up there and make sure everything is tidy, everything works perfect before finally breaking those heads off. So at this point, you got it from here, right? We're just basically gonna put all of the trim pieces back in there. We're gonna make sure the keys turn on the vehicle. And I hope you learned something. Sorry about the bad footage when programming the keys, but hey, that was just a one shot right there. And I didn't have the camera angles proper. Anyways, I hope you learned something. Have a good day.